Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight and be here with my friend David Stoddard. Welcome to Joyful Measures, which is my little series of live stream concerts. And the purpose is to create beauty and solace and connection, and also get to hear my friends because I really miss hearing my friends play and getting to play with my friends. So, I don't know about y'all, but tonight I really need some distraction. I need some laughs. I need to be taken away on a musical journey. And so I knew exactly who I needed to call for this particular assignment, and that is my friend David Stoddard. I have known Dave since, I don't know, maybe like 2005 when we met at the Kerrville Folk Festival.
Yeah.
And David is not only one of my favorite singer-songwriters, but also one of my favorite humans. And we've done a lot of tours together. We've done a lot of giggling together. And occasionally we sing a few songs. So yeah, I'm so excited to have my friend David Stoddard here tonight. Let's give him all a warm welcome. Welcome, Dave.
It's good to be here. Something funny?
No pressure.
Well, this one starts out funny, but it's not really that funny. So,
Okay.
defying expectations at every turn.
That's what you're all about.
Yeah, I just want to say it is such a thrill, just a thrill to be with you too. It's when you sent me that email saying, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I was like, it's the only thing I've really wanted to do in the last year.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
or 10 years, or however long it's been since we stopped doing whatever it is that we do. So
I know.
it's really such a treat to be here.
Oh, good. Well, I can't wait to hear you.
Sorry about your request, but I don't know piano man. I agree with you that it's just the best, and someday I'll learn it if I can. Someday. Sorry that I let you down, but I was stuck inside my head. You're a verb and I'm a noun, and maybe someday I'll be better read. Someday. But someday's no different than the day before. An endless stream of opportunities to become more than I am. Sorry I go on and on about the things that catch my ear, and I'm just trying to find a joy that's gone. I'm just trying to keep the fire from dying somehow. And finding less and less, that's no way to live. Soon you're gonna find that I have less and less to give. I give to you, the less of me there is. I'm afraid someday there'll be no me, and someday I'll be more theirs than his. Someday. Sorry about your request, but I don't know piano man. I agree with you that it's just the best, and someday I'll learn it if I can. Someday.
Oh, you sound so good.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
If you had to estimate how many times somebody requested Piano Man, what would you say?
More than once per show. Probably more than once per show. Probably in the 1.2 range.
Okay. Well, if there's anyone out there that has never seen Dave play, he also plays piano so beautifully, and that's one of my favorite things about playing together is how you switch back and forth.
It's nice, and you as well. You know, it's
Yeah.
really fun. You know, when we do shows together, and it's really hard when we don't have a real piano because it's a little smaller and it's a thing. But you know, when we have play together and suddenly it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this on the piano. And, oh, there goes Beth over to the piano. This is going to be amazing.
It's pretty fun. Well, so I was thinking about what songs I wanted to play tonight, and I thought I'm just going to play all the songs that I wish I could play with my buddy Dave. So this is one of those songs, and David plays accordion, which I absolutely love. And yes, this is the international symbol for accordion. And so this is one of those songs that we play together, and I could use a little hope right now. So yeah, here we go. Digging for diamonds, searching for gold. Down in the belly of the earth where the light won't go. The silence here so heavy I can't breathe. There's a mile between you up there and me down underneath. So shine a light and throw a rope, 'cause I could use a little hope. Now I'm not looking for a hero, but sometimes it's a long hard climb just to get to zero. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Scratching the surface, I disappear. Down in the belly of the place where I face my fear. Tethered to my sketchy memory. There's a little bird singing out, won't you set me free? So shine a light and throw a rope, 'cause I could use a little hope. Now I ain't looking for a hero, but sometimes it's a long hard climb just to get to zero. Yeah, yeah. And when I finally see the sky, Lord have mercy, mercy on my eyes. So shine a light and throw a rope, 'cause I could use a little hope. Hell, I ain't looking for a hero, but sometimes it's a long, hard climb. Hey, sometimes it's a long, hard climb. Ooh, yeah. Sometimes it's a long, hard climb just to get to zero. Yeah. it's so hard not to start laughing when I'm looking right at your face the whole time. This reminds me of when we played the Sisters Folk Festival. We played at a venue that had a stage with an audience all the way around us. So we ended up setting up so that we were facing each other, which is very dangerous.
Should not be done. That was a bad idea.
You get giggles easily like I do, but somehow we survived.
I would tell you that, I don't know if you get this, but I've just noticed something, that you make as many faces as I do when I play. And I realized that I was making faces when you play, and I think maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the problem.
Your face is the problem.
I'll just put this up there. How's that?
Nice.
Is that better?
That's perfect.
Perfect. All right.
What else are you going to play for us?
Well, since it's winter here now, I thought I would play a little winter song. We got a ton of snow about 2 weeks ago, and
What?
it was down to 1 degree on the North Shore the other day, and I think we as Minnesotans we tend to complain about it a lot. But there are some people who do seem to enjoy it. And so this is a request that is not Piano Man. So
Excellent.
So there you go. I think we should look into this. If we ever do tour again, if live music ever becomes a thing, I think this whole thing where you can take the other person and ask them to mute, I think would be
Especially helpful.
especially helpful. Beth, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you to mute now.
I think it would work well for the car ride as well.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. That's specifically what I'm thinking.
Okay, great.
All right, here we go. Dakota girl loves the winter time, and she longs to hear that wind around the door. And she'll stay up till the fire is out just to feel her icy feet upon the hardwood floor. She cherishes this time alone, and she'll wait until the sun is gone and never feel the need to light the light. It's windy and it's cold and it's dark, and she's alone. She's never felt as grounded as she feels tonight. Outside, the wind becomes a stream that slithers in that gap between her clothes, tickling on her hidden skin like water trickling down until her legs are froze. With open arms, she starts to float, and she'll welcome with an open coat to twirl around and take the coolness in. And she's open all the mysteries out, floating on the slightest breeze. In the winter, that's the water that she's floating in. Some people, they have a passion that their summer-loving sisters cannot know. Summer lovers cannot understand the beauty of all the diamonds on the coldest snow. And the wind is gonna make her tears to come, and for a moment when her cheeks are numb, the stars are brighter than she has ever seen. And the way out there is just black as tar, clear out to the furthest star, and she's closer now to heaven than she's ever been. Dakota girl loves wintertime, and she longs to hear the wind around the door. She'll stay up till the fire is out just to feel her icy feet upon the hardwood floor.
Yeah, I love that song. That was my request.
Oh, is that your request?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm happy to play it.
I always enjoy the story that you tell about that song when you send it in to apply for a songwriting contest.
That's right.
Will you tell us that story?
That story. Well, you know, that's one of the ways to get sort of noticed by whatever festival you'd like to play, and they didn't win that song, and it's because, you know, they said I guess it's an okay song, but no one would believe that could possibly be true. Oh, okay. Is that what we're doing now? I sent in one to a contest one time, and they said, "Thank you all for sending your songs in, and we did judge you on your social media presence." So
What?
yeah, that was how they judged the songwriting contest.
Oh, that's fantastic.
On your social media. I think that might be the last contest I ever entered.
Yeah, and done.
I see how it is.
Ah, well.
What are you gonna play?
I have a pretty new song, and I wanted to play it tonight because ever since I wrote this, I have dreamed about playing it with you, and because it's a waltz, and I think it'd be so lovely to have the accordion on it. So
I get it. It's right over there. But it's just
do it.
as long as it's one chord.
Yeah, you know me.
This song only has one chord in it, the 2 chord. Wait, what? That was a little music theory joke for you there, folks.
Oh,
All right,
good one, Dave.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to giggle my way through this song. This is a waltz, a little bit of an old-fashioned sounding song, and I was imagining what it might sound like if my granddad wrote a song to my grandma, and it goes like this. If I wrote you a letter, I tell you I'm doing all right. Things around here are much better. Sometimes I sleep through the night. Oh, I have this dream where I'm holding your hand. We're walking the train tracks and we're dodging the rain. We're watching the birds fly while your old dog runs up ahead. If I wrote you a letter, I might say some things I never said. If I wrote you a song, I sing it with all of my heart. You could dance to it all night long. Let it serenade you in the dark. It would most likely sound like an old-fashioned waltz, reminiscent of kitchens and whiskey and talks that last all night long, and you never run out of words. any song, I might hear some things I never heard. Like la 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 la. If I painted you a picture, I'd use all the colors I know, but the tall grass is thin as a whisper that sways every time the wind blows. I'd paint those little white flowers that you always love, and a high mountain meadow with the blue skies above, and the eagle pair dancing while the golden leaves curl up and fall. If I painted you a picture, I might see some things I never saw. If I painted you a picture, I would hang it right here on the wall.
Yay!
So the la 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 part, that was your accordion solo.
Oh, I was thinking about a harmony to that. You'd sing
Yeah.
that and I'd play the harmony part to it.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
That would be amazing. That's really lovely.
Thanks.
It was high mountain meadows and blue sky above. That's so great.
Thank you. Happen to have any songs that are in 3/4 time?
I do. No, not really. I will get to them.
Okay.
The night is young. We're gonna play well over 100 songs tonight, folks. We're gonna play till it's the little eyeball says 0. We're gonna play till you've all gone home to bed. I'd like to play this one. Actually, I'll get to the 3/4 time one eventually, I hope. And I kind of wanted to play this one. This is the first thing I write about a song a year. It's not very much, and I start about 200 or 300 of them, and I finish about one a year. And during when we all started to get locked down a little bit in March, all the musicians kind of went, "This is going to be awesome," because this is. We're not playing, but we're sure, and we're sure playing. You know what I mean? It just started writing, and we've nothing like a little societal trauma to get those juices flowing a little bit. So this is a little thing about right after it started. We didn't have any idea really what was going on yet. I remember back in March, the college where I work, the big news was that they had extended spring break by a week.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Whew.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So then we'll be back. We get a whole extra week of spring break, and then everything will be fine.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that's this. Everybody's a little scared. We're finding ourselves with time on our hands, and everything is still up in the air. We're not knowing exactly where we'll land, and everybody's alone now. We're all out on our own now. princes, we used to be frogs, but today we're all the underdogs. So who do you root for in a game that's entirely in your head? You find you're playing for both sides, and the days when you'd rather just stay in bed. So you put on your brave face, you're peeking out of your safe place. Yeah, your home is a castle, but now you're lost in the fog. And today we're all the underdogs. Your self-doubt is a shadow that you cast like a spell on your own head. Take your paper hat, you take your wooden sword, you take your fight to the giants in the dark, you take your fight to the senseless horde, you take your fight to the bullies in the park, and then you put on your brave face in the light of your own grace. Yeah, we used to be princes, we used to be frogs, but today we're all the underdogs.
Oh man, what a song.
Oh, you're so kind.
Yeah, when did you write that?
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
No, in March, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit what that was like for you. You live in Minneapolis. You live only a few miles, I think, from where George Floyd was murdered and all of the protests were taking place. What was that like for you and your daughter, who also lives there?
Well, that's the day I moved to Minneapolis.
Wow.
When that happened, and it
Wow.
is really just a few blocks from here.
Mm-hmm.
And when the protests turned very destructive, they didn't start off that way. My daughter was at the protests,
Mm-hmm.
and she called me up, and she said, "Dad, we're just standing here with our sign, and the police started shooting at us."
Mm.
And she was hit with a rubber bullet and suffered some injuries, and spent several weeks after that collecting money and food for the families who were affected.
Mm-hmm.
And it's close enough to our house where we were watching it on the news, and we'd see the explosions on the news, and 1 second later we'd hear them out our own windows.
Wow.
It was surreal, you know, in a way, to wake up in the morning and have burnt insulation in the yard and things.
Yeah.
and to realize that it's a complicated issue in which silence speaks as loudly as any weapon does.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of us who just felt really helpless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd like to put your 2 cents in, but you don't know. You know, you don't know if it's appropriate for you to say anything. Do we get to have an opinion? And where does my opinion come from? Is my opinion, is it based on reality? And I think someone was saying today, something about why people stand aside when terrible things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of it is that we are bombarded with misinformation and disinformation every day.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know
Mm-hmm.
really what's true. We don't. And so you do feel helpless, and you just try to be as loving as you can, and you try to
Yeah.
be as community-minded as you can, and try to make
Mm-hmm.
that difference to the person in the car next to you.
Yes.
You know, or the person who's at the four-way stop with you, and
Yeah.
I think those little things you can walk around in a state of grace, and it affects everybody. So it's, I don't know, it's very confusing, but it's very
Yeah.
enlightening at the same time.
Well, and tell me, so in the middle of all of that intense time and also this crazy time we're going through, what brings you joy right now? Like, how are you maintaining your sanity at this point?
Well, I'm
Which
working
is
a
questionable
lot.
to begin with, I know.
Yeah, boy, that's a tough question. There's a lot of assumptions in that question, and I resent most of them. No, I think that I guess I might have to go get a little glass of water during your next song here, but you and I think, are cut from a little bit of the same cloth, in that we're both pretty determined introverts, pretty strong introverts, I guess. I saw someone was saying something about how they felt guilty for enjoying the lockdown.
Oh no.
and somebody said, no, you're just finding your recharge by solitude. Solitude is a very powerful motivating force. So to find joy, I find I'm working in my little studio here, and writing things, and writing little snippets of music, and some of it will never see the light of day, but I'm getting a kick out of that. I don't know. What about you?
You're writing film scores?
My work in film is legendary. And that
It's
it really
amazing.
doesn't exist.
Right. Well,
So,
that's,
I'm putting my hand to that. You know, I'm trying to do some
yeah,
scene work and soundtrack work and
getting creative. I love
getting
it.
creative. Yeah. What about you? Are you finding
Nice.
joy?
I am, and I have to say, some of it is definitely through being able to turn to creativity and writing and focus on that in a way that I wasn't able to when I was running around like a crazy person, you know, and so I get a lot of joy from that, and also from being outside and being with Bailey, and, you know.
Your dog brings me joy.
Yeah. Oh, well, she's good at that. Well, I thought I would play a song next that I wrote today. And I know, I don't even know if I can get through it, but I'm going to try to, because it feels important and it feels good. And it's called The Day After Tomorrow. And, you know, I've been sitting around thinking about that a lot. And so it bubbled up into a song, and we'll see how it goes. On the day after tomorrow, we will let loose all of our sorrows from this time we have borrowed. On that day, the morning sun will come shining, our hope will come out of hiding from the darkness we've been abiding. On that day, on that day I will dance, give my tired heart a chance to feel anything but hollow. With these eyes I will see a new road in front of me, and it's the one that my feet will follow. On the day after tomorrow, let us get on with the living, and with our hands we'll start digging on that day. May we plant seeds for our children, leave them something to believe in, that we may be forgiven on that day. On that day I will dance, give my tired heart a chance to feel anything but hollow. With my eyes I will see a new road in front of me. It's the one that my feet will follow on the day after tomorrow. Oh, may that day come, because peace belongs to everyone. On that day I will dance, give my broken heart a chance to feel anything but hollow. With these eyes I will see a new road in front of me, and it's the one that my feet will follow on the day after tomorrow. After tomorrow.
Yay!
I did it! Woo!
Wow, there's a lot in there.
Yeah. You know, it's been
Just-
interesting writing songs during this time, because I don't know if you find this, but I approach it differently. Like I'm writing to heal myself, and so I'm less worried about like if something comes out sounding cheesy, or if it's not a perfect rhyme. Like I don't care. I'm doing it because it feels good.
Yeah, every once in a while you put a line and you go, that's really cheesy. It's so awesome. Let's leave it right where it is, because
Yeah.
it's in a way, and this is I don't know. Do you find that it's a little bit like real people? Your songs are like real people. They have
Yeah.
their moments of cheesiness.
It's
You have
refreshing.
the serious person who dresses up in the weirdest costume or whatever. It's something that just isn't what you expected. But we find ourselves. We said before about the state of grace. That's fine. It's gonna be okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let these rhymes be bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I had an idea. I was gonna do one song, and then I was listening to yours, and I thought, well, I'm gonna do one too. It's a little bit in the same vein, in that it's kind of an exploration of the idea that that study that came out and said we don't have as our memories don't work the way we think they do.
Right. I
We
think I heard about that.
Yeah, we don't actually have memories, but we reminisce on feelings about certain things. We remember our own recollections.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to thinking, a couple of weeks from now, it's going to be deer season again, and that's it's a very intense family get together time in Minnesota, and nothing really will change. It's we're going into the dormant period of the year anyway.
Yes.
Maybe we'll need a time to slow down. Maybe we'll need a time to just do some normal activities. And so, anyway, I had a tour out 2 years ago where I I was out in Virginia and ended up not having as many shows as I would have liked. But the fabulous Kelly Murphy put me up at her house in Virginia, and I spent the week in a writing retreat, a self-imposed writing retreat, and this is the product of that writing retreat. But it's I think it's really apropos for just to sort of follow on your song about the day after tomorrow. Time will move on. Before you know it, it's going to be the day after tomorrow, and before you know it, it'll be 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that's kind of what this is about. 410, that's not a big gun. It's a lot of power in little hand. The smellier than they're gonna run. They like to hang out in the wetlands. Tell you ready to keep your safety on, and you keep your barrel down range. It's different in the early dawn. You can almost feel the light change. And there's a smoke of memory where your details disappear. Some things are still brighter than the day. They'll tell you that you're only remembering your own remembering. But it don't feel that way. It's your first taste of coffee and bad words, and they don't sound the way your friends do. No matter what you think you heard, you couldn't repeat it if you wanted to. Grown man, he's a little boy, he's a deer slayer on this plot of land. 30-aught, that's not a toy, to turn a boy into a grown man. And there's a smoke of memory where your details disappear. Some things are still brighter than the day. They'll tell you that you're only remembering your own remembering. It don't feel that way. Grandpa's quiet in the early dawn. He keeps a blaze orange outside. There's a breeze in the dry corn, and it's just a year now since Grandma died. Man cribbage, that's a weird game. They've all been playing since way before. And on Sunday there's a Packer game. 15-2 and your Paris 4. And there's a smoke of memory where your details disappear. Some things are still brighter than the day. They'll tell you that you're only remembering your own remembering. But it don't feel that way. Understand everything when they talk the way that men do. You hear them turning on a bed spring, but it's not as though you have to. And this year we got a foot of snow, and that's a lot better than the rain and the mud. They can't hear you, they run slow, and you can track them where there's fresh blood. And there's a smoke of memory where your details disappear. Some things are still brighter than the day. They'll tell you that you're only remembering your own remembering. But it don't feel that way.
Yeah, I'm so glad you played that song.
Oh.
It's unusual song, and also I know I love that about it. It gives a picture of something that I have never experienced before, and yet I feel like through that song I can.
Yeah, it's as somebody that has had a foot in both worlds. You know, it mentions guns, and it mentions all kinds of things that are maybe a little iffy at times, but yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah. Love it.
Be kind.
Sweet. Well, so next up is another song that I miss playing with my buddy Dave. I don't know if I've played this since we played together.
Is it whiskey?
It's not whiskey, but I can play that too.
No, I just was looking at your capo and trying to imagine that we were playing it together. Going, oh, that's what we're doing. But I use the capo on that one. You don't. All right.
That's right.
I'll shut up now. I'll just go ahead and mute. That'll be.
Okay, could you go ahead and mute, Dave? Oh, this song is an oldie, and I love singing this with Dave because I like looking at the look on his face when he gets to the really, really high harmony part. Ah, ah. There's a crazy old rooster crowing all night long. He thinks he's hot stuff, but his clocks are all wrong. Well, ain't it just like me, baby? I do the same thing to you. On and on about my feelings till your face turns blue. Here we go, watch us now tiptoe around the room. Stepping in, stepping out, laugh out loud, howl at the moon. Yeah, yeah. Woo. Doing this dance all my life with you. Feels like I'm doing this dance all of my life with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my life, all my life, all my life with you. Now sometimes you come to a place you can't get across. It's full of broken glass and barbed wire, and your compass is lost. Well, ain't it just like you, baby? You're way from the other side. And I know you come back over if I just bide my time. Here we go, watch us now shuffling across the floor. Holding loose, holding tight, running, coming back for more. Yeah, yeah. Oh, doing this dance all of my life with you. Feels like I'm doing this dance all of my life with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my life, all my life, all my life with you. Now sometimes we fall, yeah, but honey, don't we all? We pick each other up and we go on. We may have four left feet, but when we meet, Lord, what a song. Hey, yeah. Now here we go, watch us now spinning through the air. I turn around, close my eyes, falling back on a day. Mm. If you were to unmute yourself, what would you say?
I got you, babe.
Feels like I'm doing this dance all of my life with you. Yeah, yeah, all my life, all my life, all my much fun. Oh my God. Oh. It's almost as if you were playing along with me.
I found myself making that face that I make.
I saw it.
That was great. Oh. I got you, babe. You don't do that as much anymore. I was waiting for my cue. Is that what I was supposed to say?
Yes, that was, yes.
All right.
Oh, what you gonna play?
I don't know.
Awesome.
I was just thinking about going to bed.
Okay, that sounds good.
Good night, everybody. No, I'm kidding, of course.
Okay.
No, don't go anywhere. This is a little request. You did that one that was in 3/4 time before.
Yeah.
This is a song, this is one of the only songs I do that's in 6/8 time. There's 3 to the measure, and 1/4 gets 1. You can say it in rhythm, it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, and it's easy to hear it. It's truth rendered in sound. It's an easy surrender, and it's paradise found. It's 3/4 time, that's a comfortable groove. It's the way we exist. It's just the way that we move. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and the music of love is in 3/4 time. But it's harder for children, 'cause it's so seldom heard. And popular music, it's rarely preferred, but for grown-ups it's easy. It's the essence of art. It's something primeval. It's the sound of your heart. And 3/4 time, that's a comfortable groove. It's the way we exist. It's just the way that we move. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and the music of love is 3/4 time. There was a time that I was 4 to the bar. But you gotta keep moving, you just know how we are. There are difficult changes, impossible rhymes, but my memories of you, they're all 3/4 time. They're all 3/4 time. That's a comfortable groove. It's the way we exist. It's just the way that we move. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and the music of love is 3/4 time.
I love that song so
You're
much.
so kind. Thank you.
That is a classic song.
You're very kind. Thank you.
And one of my favorites to sing with you.
Aw, I just, it's really funny because when we were trying to learn it, remember when we were learning it?
Yes.
Remember all the times we learned it?
Every time.
Every time. That first chord is just, I just remember you go, no, really? No. It's just E minor, just standard E minor. And I remember the first time you played it, I went, yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, I am going to share a poem, and then I would love to hand it back over to you to play us one more song to close us out. I can't believe how fast time flies. Hanging with my buddy Dave. So a couple things before I sign off. I want to thank all of you for tuning in and all of your supportive and wonderful comments. And I'm sorry, I have a hard time multitasking and reading comments and playing and talking at the same time. So I just want you to know that I'm aware of you, and I really appreciate everyone listening. And this is such a wonderful little slice of fun and connection, and it means a lot to me to have you all here and to have my buddy Dave here. So we are joyfully accepting donations if you feel so moved. I have my PayPal links, my Venmo linked in the description. And what else do I want to say? Just thank you. I'm very grateful. So Dave, if you wouldn't mind muting your microphone. I love saying that.
You say that with such joy.
It's so fun. Yes, I'd like to share a poem with you all tonight. It's called I Wish for You. I wish for you a joy that feels like returning, the hopefulness of a seed planted deep, sleeping. I ache to know the why. I ache to know that the why is not mine to know. I ache to see the burned out light bulb she could never reach and wonder how long she lived in partial darkness, although some grandmothers, no doubt, can make biscuits in the dark. I wish for you such steady hands, blind knowing, unhurried faith. I wish for you a joy that feels like returning. And it certainly feels joyful to return to making music with my buddy David Stoddard. Thank you so much, Dave, for joining us tonight. And Dave and I are going to head over to a patron-only Zoom gathering right after this. So there'll be lots of shenanigans there, I'm sure. But thank you, Dave. And will you play us out a song?
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Beth, for putting this together. I'm just on Zoom, so I can't see any of the comments at all. So I appreciate all you folks listening tonight, taking time out of your perfectly good Monday night to listen to us play. We really appreciate it. It's so lovely to see you again, Beth, and to hear you live in person, and it's been such a thrill. So this is a little bit self-indulgent. This is about sort of singer-songwriters, and I don't know, that's what it is. Hope you like it. Down through the ages, the grizzled old sages would stand on their stages and give us the word. We'd go forth singing, yeah, we'd all come out swinging, and our ears would be ringing with the wisdom that we heard. Fingers on strings, be ye pawns, be ye kings. There's only one thing that you can count on. Don't you dare take a seat, yeah, keep moving your feet, 'cause this is a one-way street, and when you're gone, you're gone. dearly departed, we're all broken hearted. We thought we were smart and we knew the how and the why. We thought we could do it, yeah, we broke it though and we blew it. Now we're all going through it and we sure need you now. These times of trouble, those hard times seem double. We're stuck in a bubble and everything just feels wrong. But if I could hear John Prine sing just one line, I know that I can finish this song. Winds just don't go blowing and the rivers just don't go flowing. There's no to and froing, they're all going somewhere. You think life's a journey, then you're there on your gurney. There'll be no more U-turning, 'cause we're already there. Down through the ages, the grizzled old sages would stand on their stages and give us the word. We'd go forth singing and we'd all come out swinging, and our ears would be ringing with the wisdom we heard. Fingers on strings, be ye pawns or be kings. There's only one thing that you can count on. Don't you dare take a seat, yeah, you keep moving your feet, 'cause it's a one-way street, and when you're gone, you're gone.
So good. Oh my gosh, what a great song.
Thanks.
Well, what a great way to close it out. Thank you, David Stoddard. And thank you, everyone, for listening and tuning in. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you out there really soon.
It's been a thrill, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Bye.